You are hereby reassigned to work in our branch in the state of Oregon, USA, starting next year. We have high hopes for you.
What? Hi, my name is Kazuki Kohata. I'm a 24-year-old employee who works in the sales department of a trading company that has been around for about 10 years. At the beginning of February, I suddenly received a relocation notice from the section chief. Me? Relocated to America? But it's way beyond my ability. I can't even have a proper English conversation yet. By March, my relocation was announced to the whole department, and they threw me a farewell party.
Our company deals with all sorts of businesses, but what does the Oregon branch do? I thought it was just a warehouse.
Yeah, and I wish it was located in California. I mean, why Oregon? Most Japanese people are not familiar with Oregon, including me. As the farewell party came to an end, I asked my girlfriend, Risa Ayabe, if we could have a walk back home together. But then...
Well, I think it's high time we broke up.
Huh?
You're being transferred to a place I haven't even heard of. Sounds like a demotion to me. I'm out.
As she said that, she leaned over to the man next to her. Yota Umaho was also my colleague.
She's been asking me out for some time now. Obviously, my future looks more promising.
Sorry, but that's how it is. Come on, Yota, let's go.
It's not my fault for being born handsome, but don't worry, I'll take good care of Risa.
On this day, I lost my girlfriend whom I had been dating for almost 6 months to a colleague. Whoa, high above the sky. A week later, I left America from Narita Airport, still heartbroken. I guess I've lost a reason to go back to Japan for a while. After a 9-hour-long flight, I finally arrived at Portland Airport in Oregon, USA. Someone who speaks Japanese is supposed to pick me up, but I wonder where. Huh? Suddenly, a peculiar person dressed in Japanese clothes appeared in front of me. Whoa, that's quite unique. I'll try not to meet her eyes.
Hey there!
She's coming over.
Are you Japanese?
Yikes, she's talking to me. The strange figure marched up to me and peered right into my face. I instinctively turned my head away.
Are you Kazuki Kohata?
Huh?
Bingo! Hi, I'm Olivia Medford. I've come to pick you up.
She removed the warrior helmet as she spoke, and there was a stunning lady with beautiful blonde hair.
You're Katsuki, right?
Yeah.
Good. I've got my car parked outside, so let's go. But let me change first. I thought I'd give you a warm welcome with a touch of Japanese culture.
Well, that costume was quite surprising even for us Japanese. She drove me from the airport through the town on her car. We talked to each other in Japanese. Olivia-san, I must say, your Japanese is very fluent.
You can call me Olivia, and thanks for the compliment.
We soon parked the car and started walking. Seems like we weren't that far away from the airport. The town was called Beaverton, the home of a major shoemaker which I hadn't really heard of.
I've always been fascinated by Japan's unique culture. And I've been requesting a transfer to Japan. I'm even studying Japanese for the day I actually get to live there. I'm recently watching a Japanese YouTube channel called Love Koi Manga. It helps me learn real-life Japanese. There's also an English version of the channel, but I tried watching it in Japanese to study.
You're watching rom-coms? She first took me to a place where I was going to live. What? But this is your house, and you live here by yourself?
Ta-da! You're welcome to stay at my place.
You gotta be kidding me.
Seems like I forgot to sign the contract for your new house. So I thought you might like to stay at my place rather than our company housing for bachelors. A couple of days ago, it turned out that the guy who lived in that housing had a liking for men.
Ah.
If you prefer to live with him, I'll take you there. He's a real macho, so he fancies you. It'll be hard for you to escape.
I guess I owe one to you. I thanked Olivia from the bottom of my heart. The next day, Olivia took me to my new workplace. I introduced myself to the others. I am Kazuki Kohata, and I just arrived from Japan. It's my first time working abroad, and I am very eager to learn from all of you. I introduced myself in English, and they greeted me with an applause. I was relieved. Seems like they're nice people. Around the same time, Risa Ayabe and Yota Umaho in Japan were...
Aren't you lonely that your ex isn't around anymore?
Not in the slightest bit. I mean, we don't usually get sent abroad in the second year, do we? He probably caused some kind of problem and got kicked upstairs. And in terms of future prospects, I realized that you were much more reliable. Your side job is on the roll. You two ought to be aware that you're on the job right now. Get a grip of yourselves.
They were causing trouble. Food weight, no issues. Cosmetics, 24. Should be okay. In my new office, I was assigned to check import documents and to support Japanese customers, which is rather strange because I used to work for the sales department. In Oregon, there is no sales tax. This means that companies can reduce shipping costs as well as other costs. In addition, the crime rates are low compared to other states, which is why many Japanese companies have expanded their business over here. We're one of those companies. Although the number of private imports have increased over the past years, there are still very few online shopping sites that ship items directly to Japan. Items like cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, and food products are particularly hard to handle as the laws vary by country, and most dealers don't deal with them. Positioned as an intermediary, our company steps in to provide a temporary storage solution while facilitating the shipment of these products to Japan, all while applying a reasonable handling fee. My task is to handle the documentation for the exports to Japan. I work in the office, but there's a warehouse not so far from here. Olivia's seat is next to mine. Her task is also to support Japanese customers.
Kazuki, what do you want for lunch?
It's still 10 a.m. What's with that grin?
Well, it's because I get to be with you all the time. It's like we're buddies.
It's sweet of you to say that. Around 3 months later, Olivia and I were summoned by the manager.
Kazuki, I think it's about time you got used to work here. Your English has become very fluent too.
Thank you. Olivia has really helped me settle in.
The Japanese are surely modest people. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. Kazuki and Olivia, you'll be doing sales from next month.
Sales? But why so sudden?
This is actually part of our plan for this fiscal year. We'll be expanding our customer base from individuals to corporates.
Seems like I was brought here to accomplish that plan. Did you know about this, Olivia? I headed home and asked Olivia if she knew about this. They seem to have given me a couple of months to adjust to the new environment.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I was so excited about getting a Japanese partner.
Hey.
Don't worry. I'm sure we can work it out together. We're the best buddies.
Time flew away, and the month changed. We started approaching new customers. Hello, I'm Kazuki Kohota. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Olivia.
We started off by making appointments to Japanese companies that were approachable. But things didn't proceed as easily as we expected. We could have guessed. Most companies that have expanded here already have their own established route.
Yeah, that's true. They can ship the goods themselves without temporarily stocking them in a warehouse.
In that case, should we start looking for companies that are considering exports in the future?
How about we beg them while performing traditional Japanese ritual suicide like harakiri?
I'm begging you to make a deal with us. Harakiri is not a tradition! How do you suppose me to react to this? I'll lose my life before starting a deal. Anyway, we must think of a successful sales technique. America is a country where results matter as well as effort. I can't keep failing forever.
Yep, I agree. Let's go home for tonight and discuss the matter while we make out on our bed.
Don't say that! It will cause a misunderstanding! Huh? A phone call? I pulled out my phone and frowned at the name.
Who is it? Your girlfriend in Japan? Who's Risa?
There's a 16-hour time lag between America and Japan, so it should be 9:30 in the morning over there. Risa and I have already parted ways. I have no intention of talking to her anymore. I said, and hung up the phone before she could utter any word.
That was quite harsh of you.
Well, it's too late now. She could call me in person. Wait, I think I have an idea. On the other side of the phone.
Damn it, he hung up!
But then, what will become of me?
Shut up and stop sounding pathetic. You brought it on yourself, so for God's sake, do something about it. You owe me one for making me call Kazuki.
Apparently, they're trying to make me cover up for a case Sumaho screwed up after he had taken it over from me. 3 years have passed since I moved to America. Finally, I'm back in Japan. I miss everything. I couldn't help feeling a little emotional. It's amazing that I lived 3 years in a place so far away. Olivia was all in tears. I remembered saying goodbye to Olivia before boarding the plane.
Kazuki.
Was it something to cry all over? Olivia! I called her name and embraced her. It's alright, we can see each other again. Next time, I'll welcome you in Japan.
Yeah. I hope so. Thanks, Kazuki.
Now that I think of it, I've done something quite embarrassing. I'll be on work from March 1st, so for now, I guess I'll just pop in to say hello. So I headed to my former office. Hello everyone, it's been a while. How have all of you been doing?
Why, it's Mr. Kohata. How are you? When did you come back?
Just today. Didn't you get the HR notice?
No. It's still February, so maybe they'll announce it on March?
Maybe it was too early for me to pop in after all.
Huh? Kazuki?
Kohata, what are you doing here?
Risa and Maho, who seemed to have come back from outside, gazed at me surprisingly too. I'm back. I be relocated to work in this office from March. My ex-girlfriend and the guy who took her away. It's been 3 years, and I no longer feel any anger or anything, but...
Well, I wonder. You probably came back because you couldn't handle it anymore, right?
What a loser. Or did they kick you out because you were useless?
What? I had no idea what they were saying. Seems like they haven't changed at all in the last 3 years.
Stop being ridiculous.
The section chief approached him with anger.
Look at yourselves. Who's been continuously making mistakes without producing results?
But ma'am, that's the same with Kohata. He screwed up, right?
You idiot. He's promoted. From April, he's taking over my role as section chief here.
Huh?
Indeed, I was promoted and relocated to Japan to become the sales department's section chief. The criteria for promotion was being able to achieve results overseas just as effectively as in Japan.
Kohata proved to be highly capable in America. Despite being a part of the sales department in a trading company, you can't speak much English. And you're not good at your job either. You don't try to improve or grow. Frankly speaking, you guys are dead weight. Don't lump in Kohata with you.
She snapped, her voice echoing throughout the office. It seems like the two of them have quite a low performance at work. For the last 2.5 years, Olivia and I visited various clients with a certain proposal. First, I would like to prioritize acquiring new contracts. Our target will be individuals within the companies. True, exporting from America to Japan can be very costly. Even sending a small item can be very expensive. Therefore, the basic approach to reduce shipping costs is to consolidate shipments. However, delays and omissions do naturally occur. To avoid delays, you can use the air freight. But if you want to keep the costs down, sea freight would be a better option, although it is time consuming. There must be some urgent deliveries too. So what we did was to put all extra shipments together and charged less than the regular rates including handling fees. I'm surprised that quite a few companies were looking forward to this service.
And just as we hoped, we've seen an increase in requests from individuals from our contracted companies.
We've made the base now, so now we have to think about how to further expand the business. That's how we managed to increase the number of corporate deals.
Does that mean he's gonna be my boss?
Umaho started trembling. It's understandable. It should be tough to work under someone who you've been looking down on. I am, and don't point your finger at me.
Heh, well, I'm making money on my side job, so I earn more than you.
Seeing there was nothing he could compare against me, Umaho tried to one-up me. Around that time in America's office.
Kazuki, I'm going! Remember, we were always buddies.
With that, Olivia Medford cheerfully left the office with tears in her eyes. March 1st came soon enough. Please allow me to introduce myself again. I'm Kazuki Kohata. Until last month, I worked in America's branch, and as of today, I'm working in this office again. I'm taking over the role of section chief from April. Although I'm still new to this, I'll do my best. I made my speech in the morning assembly. Most of the faces were familiar, but there were few that I hadn't met before.
Try to speak more confidently in front of your subordinates.
My boss reproached me afterwards. I guess there's a lot to learn as a leader.
I will be taking on the role of manager, but no worries, it doesn't change who I am. Your direct supervisor will be Section Chief Kohata. He's a capable man, so do not hesitate to consult with him.
Manager!
The newly transferred members will also arrive in the evening. I'll introduce them to you when they come.
After the assembly, I headed to my new section chief desk. The manager handed over the task to me.
Now that you bear some responsibility, you need to be able to analyze these figures as well. First, you must be aware that you are one step closer to the management. I have my work to deal with, so I'll brief you though. Be prepared.
She's strict! Management is a tough job, huh? She finally released me in the evening, but I still had tons of email to check and miscellaneous tasks to do. I kinda miss my life in America. I can't believe I was missing my days in America. Olivia and I had such a fun time thinking of new sales strategies back then. I sunk back into my memories when someone came towards me.
Kazuya! I want to get back together with you.
And there came Risa Ayabe charging at me. She pushed me back against the wall. What the hell are you saying? You're the one who dumped me and chose to be with Umaho.
I'll break up with him. He's so lame. His performance is so low because he never learns. But you, on the other hand, are already a section chief. You've got a bright future ahead of you. Will you let me be part of your future as your girlfriend? Hey, Kazuki! There you are. I'm finally done with today's training and stuff.
Whoa, Olivia! How many times do I have to tell you not to stick to me at work?
You're my buddy and partner and fiancé. There's absolutely no reason for me to hold back.
Olivia sweetly rubs her head against me like a cat.
Kazuki? Who is that foreigner?
Didn't you hear what she just said? She's my lover and fiancé.
Nice to meet you. I'm Olivia Medford. I've been transferred to Japan from America. Kazuki is such a nice guy. My dream to come to Japan and make a Japanese boyfriend all came true when Kazuki appeared in front of me.
Risa made an awkward noise and fell down on her knees.
Hey Risa, I have no idea what's going on, but don't make him depress you.
Jeez, now it's Umaho. Guys, please don't mess around with me anymore.
Risa, don't worry. We're gaining so much profit with importing and reselling overseas cosmetics. I'm much suitable for you.
Don't you know it's illegal to resell imported cosmetics in Japan?
Huh?
As their supervisor, I was in the position to report this to the management. Yota Umaho and Risa Ayabe were immediately summoned to the president's office. What a shame to have our employees involved in illegal trading activities.
We didn't know. Believe us.
Stop making excuses. It is explained in the training program. Importing cosmetics and other products for personal use is allowed, but transferring them to other people violates the pharmaceutical affairs law. And of course, reselling those products is a crime. On this day, both of them were immediately handed down a disciplinary dismissal. And around the same time, one of my subordinates took up their new post.
Hello, I'm Olivia Medford. It was my dream to work in Japan. Olivia, your Japanese is fluent already. Thank you. I studied by myself and also from Kazuki. I'm still inexperienced, but I will do my best.
After that, Umaho and Risa were arrested for violating the pharmaceutical affairs law.
Don't just arrest me. Go on and arrest everyone reselling goods on the flea market website.
Yota lured me into helping him. I wasn't involved.
Seems like they were making all sorts of stories, and the police later came to briefly interview me as well. And as for us, we were the same as usual. Sorry, Olivia. Could you take care of the call from this native English speaker? It's still a bit challenging for me.
Sure.
I was the boss, and Olivia worked for me, but we filled in for each other when we needed it.
Those two are such good partners. I envy them.
And we were also engaged. This time, I took care of Olivia at my place. What's for dinner today?
A clubhouse sandwich. I just had the sudden impulse to have one. Here's yours.
Thanks. We were getting along happily as always. My name's Ryoma Miyoshi, a 26-year-old who works for a food trading company. It seems that there will be one more mid-career employee hired today, and the female colleagues have been excited.
You know, the guy joining today is apparently good looking. Yay! Even if I can't date him, the mere presence of good looking guys is a feast for the eyes.
It's good to be handsome, eh? And today's morning assembly, he was introduced directly by the president. He's as good looking as rumored. Good morning, everyone. Higure Semikawa will be working hard with us starting today. Apparently, he joined the company because of the manager's connections, but the ladies don't seem to care about that.
Yay! He's so handsome.
Their eyes are heart-shaped. It's a good thing to be handsome. I was thinking this for the second time today.
President, the trainer for Mr. Semikawa, have you decided yet?
The woman sitting dignified next to the president is Nami Tsukioka, the president's secretary. She's beautiful and capable.
Oh, how beautiful.
As expected, Semikawa was glued to Tsukioka. It's also good to be beautiful, hey? Yeah. I would like to ask Miyoshi-kun to do it. Miyoshi-kun, are you okay? Of course, I'll do my best.
It's a guy?
Hey, I heard you right now, Semikawa! Luckily for him, the higher-ups didn't seem to hear it. He seems to have a very nice personality. Well, that's it for the morning assembly. Thank you, everyone. When the president and secretary left and only the sales staff was left, Semikawa's expression quickly changes. Well, I'm Miyoshi. Nice to meet you, Semikawa-kun.
I don't like troublesome stuff. Please keep that in mind.
Okay.
Well, maybe he's not so good.
I felt like I could hear the disillusioned voices of female colleagues. In this way, I was appointed to be in charge of training a new employee who seemed to be difficult. I'm tired. When I got home from work, I felt extremely tired because of the unfamiliar training job. I'm glad tomorrow's a day off. I'll watch my favorite movie today. What? It's now past midnight on Friday night. The doorbell keeps ringing and won't stop.
I missed the last train. Let me stay. Coming in.
Sis, again? You always say you missed it, but are you ever trying not to miss it?
Nope, not trying.
I guess so. When I opened the door, I saw a familiar sight. My sister Emi Miyoshi and her best friend. Now, have you guys noticed? This woman who came with my sister is Nami Tsukioka, the beautiful secretary at my company. Tsukioka-san, are you alright? You always drink too much.
I'm not like this outside, you know. When I get home, I feel relaxed and get drunk all at once.
You're not out of your home, though.
She comes here almost every weekend, so it's no different from her home. Why don't we just live here?
Stop it. Tsukioka-san, you too. Don't get too close.
Emmy, Roma-kun isn't interested in me. Oh, poor thing.
Who could have guessed this side of her from her dignified appearance at work? I'm probably the only one in the company who knows. She's cute, but how serious is she? And on this day, as usual, the two of them drank all night at my house. And the end of the week, when I arrived at work, I found Tsukioka-san already in work mode. Our eyes met instantly.
Good morning, Miyoshi-kun. I'm sorry about the other day.
Good morning. No problem. I kind of enjoy it too.
Yeah? That's nice to hear. Miyoshi-kun's house is cozy, so I just end up staying there.
That's good to hear. There isn't much to offer at my house, but please come again. Tsukioka-san and I were casually talking, thinking no one was there. However, it seems that Semikawa had seen us.
Whoa. Why is that guy so friendly with Tsukioka-san? That guy. Damn it. I won't give Tsukioka-san to you.
I had no way of knowing that Semikawa was openly hostile towards me. After I returned to work, Semikawa started hitting on Tsukioka-san.
Tsukioka-san, if you don't mind, would you like to have dinner with me? There's a delicious Italian restaurant.
Sorry, I don't even know you well, so it's a little strange to do that.
Wouldn't it be nice to go out for dinner to get to know each other? Of course, it's my treat.
It's already past the starting time. Let's go back to work.
Tsukioka-san!
And after that, I didn't think Semikawa's attitude was good from the first day. But for some reason, his attitude has gotten even worse. When Semikawa hung up the phone,
Miyoshi-san, Taneda Confectionery would like to reschedule tomorrow's meeting to 1 p.m.
Huh? Okay. Thank you, Semikawa-kun. But when I'm here, if it's my client, I want you to put them through to me.
Yeah, sure.
Does he really get it? And the next day, it seems like we got a call from Taneda Confectionery.
Miyoshi-san, I got a call from Taneda Confectionery, and they said you had an appointment at 10 o'clock today.
Huh? It was supposed to be changed to 1 p.m.? When I looked at Semikawa, he was grinning with a disgusting smile. No way. I wanted to ask him what's going on, but right now, my priority is to apologize to the client. When I hurried to apologize, President Taneda laughed and forgave me. When I returned to the office, I checked with Semikawa. Semikawa-kun, you said Takeda Confectionery changed the appointment time to 1 p.m.
Oh, please stop. Blaming your kohai for your mistakes is something a lame man would do.
I see. Please be very careful not to do anything that leads to suspension of business. I don't have anything to prove what he said, so there's no point in questioning him. I thought it was partly my fault for not contacting the client to check properly, so I decided to forget it this time. But even after that, Semikawa continued to force his mistakes on me every time. Miyoshi-kun, you've been making too many mistakes lately. Next time, be prepared for punishment. Sorry. Every time a mistake occurs, I explain the situation to the manager, but Semikawa joined the company because of the manager's connections. So he wouldn't listen to what I had to say, and the responsibility was all on me. Seeing me being scolded, Semikawa grinned. I'm sure it's all his doing.
Manager, don't you think you're blaming him too one-sidedly?
Tsukioka-san. As I was thinking how to argue back, Tsukioka-san quietly came next to me.
No matter how you look at it, it's his mistake.
These are mistakes that would have been unimaginable to him up until now. Shouldn't you listen to him a little more?
That is not needed. A mistake is a mistake. Of course he should be punished.
Is that so? I recently received a report that the sales department is having some issues, so I came to check on it. Now, I understand why. I will also report this to the president.
Please do, Tsukioka-kun.
Apparently satisfied, the manager leaves the office in a hurry. I'm sorry, Tsukioka-san. I've caused you a lot of trouble.
I'm the president's secretary, so I'm always looking at everyone's work and reporting to the president. You have never made such mistakes before. I know it's only been happening recently. I believe in you, okay?
Tsukioka-san, thank you very much. I also have to face Semikawa properly. I can't keep going like this.
Why do you help me, Yoshi-san? Since that guy's my trainer, things are really hard for me every day. I would like you to hear my story. Today's Friday, so if you'd like, let's go somewhere after work.
Sorry, I have a prior appointment today. If you need advice about work, please ask while I'm at work. Also, I think you should be a little more respectful to the people around you. Well then, Miyoshi-kun, don't push yourself too hard.
Then, just as she was about to leave, Tsukioka-san quietly spoke to me so that only I could hear.
I think I'll be visiting you with Emmy again today, so take care of me, alright?
The prior appointment is that?
Damn! Why him?
Semikawa-kun, I'll accompany you today, so let's go for sales round. Since I've been entrusted to train him, I should teach him how to do the job well, no matter how frustrating he is. I braced myself and headed to work, so he wouldn't shift any more mistakes onto me. And that night, Tsukioka-san came to my house with my sister as promised.
I missed the last train. Roma, let me stay.
There's still time until the last train though.
Coming in anyway. I bought some alcohol, so Ryoma-kun, shall we have a drink too?
Tsukioka-san smiles apologetically. She doesn't seem to be drunk today, and is lending her shoulder to my sister. After that, my sister fell asleep, snoring loudly. So I ended up having a drink with Tsukioka-san alone.
So annoying.
Oh! I'm sorry, I'm so sorry! Tsukioka-san suddenly screams, and I immediately apologize without understanding why.
It's not you, Semikawa, that good-for-nothing bastard. No matter how many times I reject him, he keeps on hitting on me.
Tsukioka-san, don't drink too much, okay?
And lately, it seems like he's been causing trouble to you too, huh? I really can't forgive him.
Well, I need to confront him more too. My work hasn't been going well since Samikawa came. It's easy to blame Samikawa, but I think I'm also at fault for not being strong enough. As a trainer, I blame my own incompetence.
Ryoma-kun, if you need anything, let me know. I'll make sure to watch him carefully too.
Tsukioka-san, thank you. I was happy you covered for me today. That's right. Today, the girls in the department gave me sweets with a message on them. It says, "Please don't lose against him." I'm so happy that everyone's supporting me. What? Why do you look unhappy? Tsukioka-san! After this, I had a hard time calming down the drunk and sulky Tsukioka-san. And the end of the week, I'm visiting a client with Samikawa, who didn't want to come. Thanks to you, Miyoshi-kun. It looks like we'll be able to sign a good contract. Thanks so much. I'm really glad I could help you. This is the result of your company's efforts, though. They won a big contract in a competition. I take his hand and rejoice together. I just wish there were more business persons like you. You over there, you're also lucky to have Miyoshi-kun coaching you. I'm still not good enough. Although I acted humble, I was happy to hear his words.
Heh, getting praised and getting carried away. I'm better than you.
I'm getting impatient with Samikawa, who clearly shows a displeased expression. In order not to make President Taneda feel uncomfortable, I desperately try to talk to him in a way that doesn't draw his attention to him. And the way back, Samikawa-kun, you shouldn't make that kind of look at work. That can make the clients uncomfortable too.
Huh? What look? No matter how anyone looks at me, I'm just good looking.
Even if you're good looking, you should be careful about your expressions in front of people. This is work.
Heh, I'm always a perfectly handsome guy, even down to the way I manage my facial expressions. There's no reason to be lectured by you.
No matter how much I say thanks to him, it seems useless. I see Samikawa off as he heads back to the office. He won't listen to me at all. Maybe it would be better for him if I quit job as a trainer, but that would be irresponsible of me. I return to work feeling conflicted. Then, a few days later, an incident occurs.
Hey, Miyoshi! What is this document? You've given a crazy amount of order!
What? What do you mean?
Don't act dumb! You're in charge of Taneda Confectionery, right? There's an extra digit in this order!
What? That can't be right! When I saw the document I received from the manager, I turned pale. What is this? At first sight, it looked like it was a document that I had created. However, there were some numbers that had obviously been falsified. What's going on? When I checked, these numbers were not there.
This is outrageous. If you can't cancel it, it's gonna be a huge loss. How are you gonna take responsibility?
Something is wrong. This is not me.
Are you trying to shift the blame onto someone? You did it, huh, Miyoshi-san? This happened because you are not concentrating on work and obsessed with Tsukioka-san.
Samikawa, you. We created this document together while I taught Samikawa how to do it. But I should have checked properly in the end. Why is this happening?
Samikawa has always been rebellious towards Miyoshi-san. We were watching them all the time. But even so, Miyoshi-san tried to give Semikawa proper guidance. That's right. So, I want you to listen to Miyoshi-san's story properly.
These were female colleagues who were fascinated by the handsome Semikawa at first. But after that, they started speaking kindly to me, and even got me some sweets on my desk. They might get punished too in the worst case, but they're trying to help me.
Excuse me, may I talk to you about that?
When I looked, it was Tsukioka-san who had come. I feel she's more intimidating than usual.
Regarding this matter, we had heard from the president of Taneda Confectionery in advance. And at our president's discretion, I was investigating this matter and would like to report on it.
Wait, investigation?
Manager, you are sure Miyoshi-kun was the one who submitted that document to you?
Yeah, I received a submission from him. He made a mistake.
Well, normally, the manager would need to confirm the contents there, so when the number is this obviously wrong, you should have noticed that in the first place. But I'll talk about this later.
Grr.
Tsukioka-san calmly states only the facts. Manager, who has been beaten down, falls silent.
So, do you remember if someone else submitted a request to replace the document immediately after that?
I don't remember that.
Oh, is that so? So what about you, Semikawa?
Wait, I don't know anything.
Semikawa is clearly upset. I understood everything then. I felt sad for Semikawa, and for letting him lose until now.
Huh, then let me tell you the facts. As a result of my investigation, Semikawa, you falsified the numbers on the documents for Taneda Confectionery and requested the manager to replace them, right?
How can you say that it was me?
Because you used the company's intranet and left traces of your work. But that was helpful for me. It didn't take long for me to expose your misdeeds.
No way!
You only followed after my ass and didn't listen to what Miyoshi, your trainer, said. You forced mistakes onto him and it affected the entire company. What you have done caused inconvenience not only to our company but also to our valued customers. This matter has been thoroughly reported to the president, so please be prepared for punishment. Manager, you too. You can't get away with not noticing the evil deeds of the man who joined the company through your connections.
No way! Hey, Higure! What have you done to me?
Oh, are you shifting the blame now? The higher-ups will be shocked to hear this. How unsightly.
The conversation ended with Semikawa and the manager awaiting punishment from the president. Semikawa was stunned by Tsukioka-san's anger, and the manager, who had completely changed his attitude, continued to yell at him. And the next day, when I was called to the president's office, I found President Taneda there. President Taneda! We apologize for the inconvenience. No, he already apologized to me on the phone, so don't worry. When I received that document, I thought something was wrong. There is no need to worry. I believed it wasn't your fault. I have trust in you that you have built over the past years. Thank you very much. I'm sorry that I wasn't good enough to stop this. As soon as I left the president's office, I suddenly felt weak and unsteady on my feet.
Wow, you okay?
I'm sorry, Tsukioka-san. Phew, I'm glad. I felt uneasy about having caused so much trouble to President Taneda, who had always been so kind to me.
It must have been scary for you, because you value your customers so much. I've always seen you like that. Sorry for being late in saving you. It's okay now.
Tsukioka-san, please wait.
Semikawa, is there anything else? I have already informed you of the punishment. The president is now meeting President Taneda.
I really like you. I fell in love with you the first time I saw you. I'm serious. Please choose me, not Miyoshi-san.
Semikawa confesses his feelings to Tsukioka-san more seriously than ever before. I'm surprised. Was he serious?
I'm sorry. I already have someone I love.
Oh, that's... no way.
You already knew that. That's why you were going against him, right? I love Ryoma Miyoshi-kun.
Huh?
You're way too slow, okay? Just in that respect, I wish you followed Semikawa's example.
I'm sorry.
I mean, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't go to your house every week, right?
I thought it's just because of my sister.
No! I talked to Emmy about wanting to get closer to you, dummy.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
If I told you that, that's simply asking you out, right? There's no way I could have said that.
I understand now. So, I'll get going.
Semikawa. I noticed Semikawa trudging back and stopped him. I mean, you look great, and it's a waste. I think if you improve your inner self, you can become a more wonderful man.
Huh?
It's not like you can't do your job. I'm sorry that I wasn't good enough to make you a better man. It's strange for me to tell you this, but I'm looking forward to seeing you improve. And I started walking back to my department. Then,
This is the first time someone has said something like that to me.
huh? I couldn't hear the muttered voice, so I turned around. There I saw Semikawa, his cheeks red, and looking at me with tearful eyes. I pretended I didn't see anything, and went back to my department. And after that, Semikawa acted out of his own personal interests and caused a lot of trouble, so he was fired. The manager who brought Semikawa to the company was also demoted and given a pay cut. Peace has finally arrived.
Miyoshi-kun, we couldn't help you. I'm sorry.
Please don't say that. Your kindness always saved my heart. Thank you. It seems that everyone noticed the abnormality of Semikawa's behavior from the first day he joined. I felt relieved knowing that both the customers and my colleagues were watching over me.
Well, good for you, Nami. Thanks to the crazy guy following you around, you were finally able to tell Ryoma your feelings. Well, thank you very much for your help in that matter, Emi-sama. No, One-sama. I like that. I'm so happy to have a cute sister-in-law like you.
Sis, I think it's still too early to make her your sister. After that, Nami-san and I started dating. The three of us are still having fun on weekends together. A lot happened, but I'm glad it turned out this way. Just when I thought everything was settled, I poured my favorite drink down my throat, and...
Next time we meet, I will. Please wait for me, Miyoshi-san.
Fuck!
Wow, hey, ew. What are you doing, Ryoma?
I heard a crazy hallucination. It looks like I'm also drunk today. I believe that if you face everything honestly and squarely, you'll be able to respond appropriately to any crisis that may come.
Oh my, poor people have sad lunches. Want some of my food?
My name's Taishi Konoyama. I'm a junior in high school on my lunch break. Currently, I'm being looked down on by the class queen and her henchman.
That's right. How sad that your company ended up the way it did. Are you okay with that lunch? Jeez, Miss Mio is showing you mercy, you weasel. Bow down. What? No, I didn't mean...
I quietly put away my lunchbox and try to leave the classroom without saying anything.
He has nothing to say, so he's running away. For real. I'm glad I never ate your bentos. I bet that bento of yours has something weird in it, too.
So, my high school days were not so fun. For some reason, 7 years later, I'm sitting face to face with Mio Iwafune for an arranged date. Why a date with me? She was the one that had suggested this date. It must be a trap.
I heard that your company's not doing well, so I'll invest. In return, marry me.
What? Anyone can see that she, Mio Iwafune, is visually stunning and brilliant. On top of that, she's the president's daughter of a major cosmetics company. Because of that, there were many people who tried to get in with her in high school. On the other hand, I was the president's son of a small sweets company that had been part of a scandal, and now I was the president. We're in different industries, and you always look down on me. No matter how I looked at it, there are no benefits to her and it doesn't make sense. The reason I was on this arranged date was weird. Taishkun, go on a date for me. What all of a sudden? This client company has been close to ours since my father's time. The president asked me to come, and this was how he greeted me. If I don't let her date you. That's what she said. I don't okay, don't put that face so close to mine. So I've come to this arranged date, and it's Mio Yofune. Bleh.
And? Can you stop with the faces and give me an answer?
She stopped eating and stared straight at me. Hey, we're adults now. We're not students anymore.
You're right. It's been 7 years. 7 years have passed.
I questioned her wording a little, but this is what I told her. Thank you for the opportunity, but I decline. I said that and stood up. Then...
Wait! We haven't talked about anything yet. And your food.
I don't like people who talk down to others. I felt a bit childish, but I ended the date and headed home. Mio Iwafune. The next day, I couldn't focus on work and was vaguely lost in thought. Was I rude? I didn't intend to. It brought back a bad memory. About 10 years ago, my father ran a sweets factory, and he had ventured into the bento business.
We have more locations today, so good luck. The part-timers will come tomorrow.
With my mother at the center, we were increasing sales and gaining traction. But one day, one of the arrogant university part-timers got on social media.
We're working for them, so this is nothing, right? Yay!
As a result, our bentos got a bad rep, and we had to shut down our business. The effect spread to our sweets business, and we were forced to downsize. In the end, my father came down with depression, and I took over the business after graduating university. We caught the university students in question and sued them, but it's not like that fixed our business situation. I mumbled this as I looked at old pictures. Now, our company was barely scraping by and won't go back to what it was. She made fun of the bento that my mom made. At the time, my mother made that for me when our finances and herself were having a hard time. It's not possible. I sighed as Mio Iwafune had her head in her hands.
How could this be? Ma'am? I'm not sure what happened, but... Shut up. Why don't you put the paperwork there and get back to work? You're still on the clock while you're standing there. Yikes! Yes, ma'am. The woman ran from the room. That's fine, because...
Why am I like this?
I rolled around on the floor and cried. When other people aren't around, I go back to my true self.
I was going to apologize that I was sorry for that time. I was going to say that I want to help you out to make up for it.
That's right. My mouth doesn't listen to me. All of that was because of my mother's teachings in a way.
Mio, you don't know where the pitfalls are if you let people look down on you. We are a top-tier business. As our daughter, you are always better than the people around you. Have that in mind when you talk to people.
Yes, Mother.
Stupid past me.
20 years later, looking down on people was ingrained in me.
I hate myself.
As I say this, I eat the manju next to me. I've always liked the taste. This is good. I wonder if we can talk again.
A week after the date, I was relaxing in the living room with the news app open. Mio, isn't she working at her parents' company? Her familiar face, Mio Yufuna's interview popped up. She started her own company, a company that connects illustrators to businesses. And she succeeded, if this interview is true, and she came this far on her own. Whoa. Shoot. I'm jealous. The next morning, I said this in front of everyone. Honestly, as you all suspected, our company in its current state is barely scraping by. So, for the first time in years, I want to develop a new product. I'm collecting ideas to help with that. Taste, plans, sales method, anything goes. Let's do this together. I was inspired by Mio Yufune and started moving toward developing a new product. A few days later, I received several suggestions from the employees, but every one is something someone else is doing. It can't be too out there. It definitely cannot be an imitation of another company. I mean, there are companies that sell similar products. I guess you can't come across good ideas so easily. I was feeling down when one suggestion caught my eye. Manju that uses local sweet potatoes. Immediately, I gathered the employees and discussed the possibilities of a sweet potato manju.
I see, it's a good idea. I'll taste different from other potato manjus.
Yes, the manju uses the Lovekoi sweet potato. It's local and isn't widely sold.
I see, let's try it. But what happened? A new product all of a sudden.
Oh, well, I was inspired by a friend, and now I'm the president. The next day off, I was walking around the city in thought. The new product seems doable, but will they sell? If they don't sell well, Honestly, finances aren't looking good. Investing in the new product is a gamble. But if I don't do it, we'll go bankrupt. Have confidence, May. In that moment, someone pulled my sleeve.
My, it's Taishi Konoyama. You look woeful as always. Shall I help you out?
You? Are you trying to start a fight? Mio Iwafune had tucked on my sleeve. As always, she was on a high horse.
Oh, this is face, so a meal. Yes, I'll pay, so let's go eat something.
Huh? Wait, don't pull! I thought this last time, but what do you want? She forcefully took me to a restaurant and looked at the menu.
Nothing. You get to have a meal with me, so be thank... No.
Yes?
No!
What? Mio shouted and slammed her face on the table. It looked painful.
Miss? Are you okay?
Give me a pen.
She borrowed a pen from the server, wrote something, and passed it to me. Sorry? Huh? When I questioned her, she wrote more. I'm not good with words. I think that's putting it lightly. She continued to write. So, everything that comes out of your mouth ends up sounding condescending? You have no intentions to look down on or make fun of, but it just comes out? I summarized, and she nodded her head. You're way beyond bad with words. By the way, try saying it out loud.
I'm apologizing, so isn't it only proper that you forgive me? Here, choose something to eat. You're wasting time.
No, I'm good. So, to summarize.
Can you forgive me? I'd feel bad if I take up too much of your time, so let's order first.
Is what she meant. Phrasing is important. Wait, no. We talked for a while and left the restaurant. It was nighttime now. Well, I understand that you want to apologize for the things you've said. She didn't say anything and just looked sorry. It's okay. It's true that times are tough, and phrasing aside, you were worried, right? If a man keeps nitpicking at someone who wants to apologize, he's a small man. So, how you said it aside, thank you, Iwafune, for worrying about me. I spoke honestly, and she opened her eyes in surprise.
But that doesn't change the fact that you're in trouble. I'll invest.
She avoided eye contact as she said it, and I laughed weakly. No, I decline. I can't say much, but I'm making a new product. If that goes well...
I see.
She looked a little sad as she said it, and we parted ways. A few months later, the new product was finally taking shape. Whoa, is it done? How about sales and product numbers? We have quite a few stores. We started reservations on our e-commerce site as well. We think it looks good for a start.
No problems in production. The taste is good. This will sell.
We started selling her new product. She bought one immediately and ate it.
So this is the new product Konoyama-kun was talking about. Oh, it's good. Looks like I don't have to force myself on them and invest. Aww, but I want to see him again. A reason. It's the comforting taste that only that company can make.
Our new sweet potato manju was off to a good start, but...
This is the new pastry from my hometown, but it's super sweet. This is from that bento shop that was part of a scandal before. Wait, really? Wow, that sucks. Also, that place was on its last legs when we were in high school.
Some recently popular mean live streamers posted about it, and, as a result, it spread. There were some voices of pity, but there were also some who shunned us. That was a critical hit to our product that was just getting out there. Online sales are at 1/3 of projected sales. Our stores were asking to decrease stock, including the ones they already have. If we think about all the stuff we ordered beforehand, we're in the red. I think so. We'll try, but... the product we were betting on, in the red. At this rate, we've got half a year at best. That was the reality. There was no budget for next thing. I thought I would breathe some outside air for a bit and left my office. When I passed by the office...
Sir, a call for you. From Iwafune Design Contract Offices to the President. Will you take it?
Iwafune Design? Iwafune? I returned to my office and took the call from her. What are you doing calling my workplace? I'm sorry, but I'm working.
This is a business call. I'm going to suggest something, so listen up.
Jeez, on your high horse as always. I laughed weakly and heard a loud thump that I think I've heard before. The next thing surprised me.
Please, listen. I want to help you.
A few hours later, she came to my workplace with a suggestion. What's with your forehead?
Don't worry about it. Don't let me waste my time. Can I talk business?
That must be... Don't ask. Can I talk about work? Mental translation complete. A piece of work. I listened to her suggestion. A collaboration?
Yes. So, we put my company's local characters on your company's packaging. We'll use your products at our events and take care of advertising. I think it's a pretty good idea.
It's not a bad idea, but we don't have the budget to pay for licensing. When I asked, Mio let out an exasperated sigh. She shot me a look.
Of course, we'll receive payment for licensing. But how about a deal for the first time?
What? But that's...
In return, you have to partner with our company. We will use your sweets when we need to. Of course, in that case, we'll pay for it and talk about it beforehand. Or are you going to patiently wait for bankruptcy? You don't like my suggestion?
No, I would like to accept that offer. We naturally shook hands. Thank you. You knew about our situation and thought hard, right?
Maybe. I think it's just common interest.
She said this coolly, but I won't forget that she had said she wanted to help over the phone. Mio stood up after we finished talking.
I said what I wanted to say, and I have a lot of things to do. I'll go.
Oh, wait. Why did you start your own company? Your father was the president of a major cosmetics company, right?
What a stupid question. I just wanted to test myself. Not as Mio Iwafune of a major cosmetics company, but as Mio Iwafune, a person.
She started her company all on her own and made it what it is. Jeez, my hands are up. Your intellect, your beauty, your wealth. On top of that, you've got entrepreneurial skills.
And that girl is saying she'll help you. I'll definitely make this collab a success. So relax.
After that, we became busy again.
So, we're gonna draw this character at the top? Let's try it.
The rough sketch of the design is out. Check that it fits the product's image design.
Normally, a collaboration takes 6 months to a year to happen. But, due to our financial circumstances, we were moving at super speed. 3 months passed. We were getting to a dangerous point in terms of continuing our business.
So, do you want a loan? I've been saying that.
There's no guarantee I can pay it back. In any case, that's a final resort. I hate borrowing money.
So you called because it's finished?
Yeah, I called upon her for no other reason. This is the collab Manchu that our company's made. Our product came to life at super speeds, and today, the test product came in. By the way, I said I'd bring it to Mio's office later, but she said she'll come see it today. I think Mio was just as excited for it.
It's nice. This will sell. Leave the rest to me.
After that, we immediately started selling under Mio's management.
This collab between the popular character and the new sweet potato manju. We sold out yesterday, and we only have a few left, so don't wait.
The reviews were looking good. They were flying off the shelves, and production was falling behind the demand. In other words, we weren't making profits yet, but we had survived. Later, I visited her office and bowed my head in gratitude. Thank you so much, Iwafune-san. No, President Iwafune, you really saved us.
I'm happy for you. Now you can continue your business, right?
Thanks to you. I'll be happy if we can continue to have a good relationship.
I was the one that suggested a partnership, so of course.
She would be cute if she could just be a little better with her words. While we were busy with the first situation and Mio's collab, I had filed a damage report.
2 live streamers were arrested yesterday over allegations of obstruction of business and defamation. After receiving repeated reports, the police
really take their time before they arrest anyone. I remember the news from the morning and told Mio sitting in front of me.
If they don't have concrete evidence, they can't just arrest them, so the police are careful. But those girls are full-grown adults. They really did something dumb.
Yes, the girls were once Mio's henchmen.
At the time, they clung on to me and... Let's change the topic.
Then, I'll ask you again. Why did you arrange a date with me?
It's not anything serious.
She prefaced what she was about to say.
A long time ago, a boy reached out to a girl who was lost and crying, and he gave her some sweets. Ever since then, the girl liked the boy and the sweets.
Some time passed after that. The factory was in full operation every day, and sales were on the up and up. We made it! The reviews for the potato manju were coming in and sweeping away the bad reviews from before. Some people were buying the regular products that weren't collaborations twice, even 3 times. Gratitude, gratitude. And I was forced into another arranged date by my client. Ah, it's you again.
What about it? There's no rule against a second arranged date.
It's been about a year since we reunited at our first date. Already a year. I mean, I had a feeling.
Why did you come then? You must have been dying to date me. Oh, that's not it. My words.
That's right.
What?
Mio rounded her eyes at what I said. I came because I thought it was Mio Iwafune, and I'm here because I wanted to see you. The girl who was terrible with her words. A year ago, I declined the condescending girl, but now, what I want to say is, I'm into you, Mio.